those are the projects that Prince literally put out across his career as a double, triple, quadruple, 5 CDs. But I also have a couple honorable mentions I'd like to add to that list. If you don't have this project, I would tell you you need to get this project, okay? This project is called The Hits and the B-Sides. It's a triple CD. Disc 1 is his hits. It's more like I think it's the raunchy stuff. Disc 2 is more like the pop stuff. And each of those discs has like an extra song added to it that wasn't on any project. But the goldenness is the B-sides. The B-sides are all these songs that his fans, like me, have went all over scouring, trying to collect so we could have these songs in our collection because they were never on any one record by themselves. And they finally had the good sense to put them all together in one compilation. And if you don't believe me, okay, let me just tell you, he had songs like Feel You Up, Girl, Erotic City, Shockadelica, Irresistible Bitch, 17 Days, Scarlet Pussy, La La La, He, How Come You Don't Call Me, and Power Fantastic, which is one of my most loved Prince ballads in his career. So just on the B-sides alone, it is worth it to get that project. I think you can get them as a collection, or you might even be able to get like the hits 1, the hits 2, and the B-sides as separate projects. Find the B-sides, you will not be disappointed. You'll get a chance to see basically what they would be throwaway records, but for other artists, they would be hits. For Prince, they were just throwaway records that he was putting together for other stuff, okay? And if that wasn't enough, on the disc, on hits 1 and hits 2, I told you he gave you a couple jams that weren't on other projects. He gives you his version of Nothing Compares to You, and he gives you a song called Pink Cashmere, and also there's a song called The Pope, okay? So listen to me. You want the whole project, but if you just want to get the B-sides just to get a taste of some great stuff that you've never heard before, pick that up. Then, in 1988, which was Prince's 10th anniversary in the game, he was set to drop a record called The Black Album. He pressed it up, had it released, got to the docks, and was shipping out. And at the 11th hour, Prince had an epiphany. He felt the record was too dark. He didn't want that to be out. If something happened to him, it would be his last testament. He didn't want that, so he pulled the brakes and pulled it back. But quite a few, thousands of copies got out into the world, so those folks that got those got the bootleg version, if you will, and he shut that project down, and in its place he released the Love Sexy album. Now that's why I call it a double LP, because it was going to be the Black Album first. He pulled that back, and then he released Love Sexy in its place. So did he have these songs already ready? Did he know in his mind, was this a ploy that he did set up, get the information out there so people would buy Love Sexy when he dropped it? You don't know it, Prince. He could have been thinking all kinds of things. But it's just the fact that he had 2 complete albums ready to go. And the Love Sexy album was a more positive, upbeat album. Again, it was his 10th anniversary. He appears on the cover on the Lotus Flower, nude again like he did on his second LP, Prince, where he's on the back of a horse with the leg of the horse. It was a Pegasus with the wings on it, so his leg is strategically behind the wing, hiding the jewels, So I thought it was a nice way to revisit, his past career. But one of the cool things about this album, as I mentioned about Artificial Age and Plectrum Electrum, he took one song and he put it on both of those records. And that record is called When Two Are in Love. It's this beautiful, beautiful ballad, and it is untouched. It's the same version on both records. It's not like he, did it 2 different times. It's the exact same version on both records. Clearly, he wanted that record to be a part of both those projects so you could hear it. And then, in 2004, Prince did another triple project. He did the Chocolate Invasion, the Slaughterhouse, and C-Note. Let's talk about C-Note first. C-Note is an instrumental record. C-Note was basically sound checks where they did some instrumental jams, and some of them jams were so good that they turned them into real records. So each letter of C-Note is the city in which they recorded that sound check in. C is Copenhagen, N is Nagasaki, O is Osaka, T, I can't remember, and E, I can't remember either, okay? But just basically the band is on stage burning, and they had the foresight to record it, and they released it, and I love it. The closest thing to anything he's ever done in his career to mirror this is when he did his News CD. News stands for North, East, West, and South. They were 15-minute instrumental songs, so you got 4 15-minute instrumental jams that he did and put out as a project. Hardly anybody knows about the News project, only us hardcore fans. And then he also did the Madhouse projects. He did Madhouse 8, Madhouse 16, I believe there's a Madhouse 24. I only have 8 and 16, which is like a jazz influence, instrumental music. And he put that project together under a pseudonym, so you wouldn't know it was Prince. That's why it was called Madhouse. But when you hear the guitar licks and the stylings, you kind of feel it sounds like Prince, okay? So again, this is a part of a triple package in 2004, but the Chocolate Invasion and the Slaughterhouse were the vocal albums. And Chocolate Invasion became one of my favorite albums. I just got my hands on these recently. For years I couldn't get them, I couldn't find them, and I finally was able to get hold of them. So the Chocolate Invasion has a bunch of jams on it I love, and the Slaughterhouse has about 3 or 4 cuts that I really dig. Closer to like the hip-hop vibe, real funky, just good stuff. So just mind-blowing, okay? So I just want to take you down that road so you can see a little bit of an artist who was so prolific that he couldn't just do regular music. He had to do double, triple, 4 or 5 CDs because he had that much music inside of him. As I said, other artists are lucky if they get a 10-year run and they can do 20 albums. Prince was dropping 40 albums across his 40-year career and, massive amount of music. So I just want to run them back down to you one more time. In 1982, he dropped 1999. In 1987, he dropped Sign of the Times. 1990, he dropped Graffiti Bridge. 1996, he dropped Emancipation. In 1998, he dropped Crystal Ball. In 2002, he dropped One Night Alone. And in 2009, he dropped Lotus Flower, Minneapolis Sound, and Elixir. In 2014, he dropped Plectrum Electrum and Artificial Age. In 2015, he dropped Hit and Run Phase 1, Hit and Run Phase 2. And my honorable mentions from 1993 was the hits and the B-sides. In 1988/1994, because he officially released the Black Album in 94, it was Love Sexy and the Black Album. And in 2004, he dropped the Chocolate Invasion, the Slaughterhouse, and C-Dome. So I hope you've had a chance to really pick up on this vibe. Just understand that you're talking about an artist who is one of the most prolific artists in the history of music. Just an incredible, talented person with a deep well of music within him that he had to get out into the universe. As I said, it's your boy, the brother AJ. Not home in my normal studio setting. I am out here in Niagara Falls. I had a chance to go to the falls. Just awe-inspiring. When you see what Mother Nature can do and just the sheer force of her energy, we're talking about the same thing in Prince. The same force of energy that he was as a human being walking around this planet we call Earth. If you don't know Prince, you should do yourself a favor and just dig into some of the things that he's done. Find the song you like and then really sit back and marinate. Listen to the lyrics, listen to the instrumentation, listen to how he put it together, and just feel the vibe, the power, and the love. It's your boy, the brother AJ, doing what I love to do. I hope you've enjoyed it because I always enjoy bringing it to you. It's another one of those classic Prince thoughts. All right, gotta get out of here, gotta head back to Jersey. All right, love you folks. Bye-bye, gotta go. Bye.